Noobs. They are trash. They are shit. They are sons of bitches. They are the Timmy No-Thumbs of the shooting games, the kids that suck, the kids that are straight trash. They blow every chance you have to win, and ironically enough, they always seem to be the teammates that you end up with. When you're teamed up with guys like this, you could say goodbye to any chance of winning a match during those pinch games of hardpoint, control, domination, hell, even fucking team deathmatch. Noobs are a part of every video game community, whether that community is largely made up of casual or hardcore players. And no matter how much we can't stand noobs and wish they'd go and get good, the sad reality is that they're always going to be around, especially for us that enjoy shooter games. Today we're going to talk about noobs and how they just might be ruining some of our most beloved games, including games like Call of Duty and Fortnite. And if you are new to this channel, then I would absolutely and highly recommend that you click on that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, blah blah blah, so that you can enjoy more awesome, incredible, and amazing content such as this. Also, make sure to leave a like unless you are a bitch. But back to the noobs. Noobs in shooter games have always been a pain in our asses, but one observation that I just can't help but make nowadays is that noobs have just become so f***ing soft. And it's not a softness that exhibits any form of aggression or would-be dominance whatsoever. We're talking about softer than using Charmin ultra soft toilet paper on a newborn baby's ass soft. It just seems that noobs have turned into the biggest wimps in video games these days. See, back in the day, back in the good old days of Call of Duty, there was a time in the good old Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 lobbies where there were no shortage of kids in the lobby screaming over their headsets, calling you that really bad N-word for black people, or maybe that really bad F-word for gay people, doing these things all while so predictably going 6-24 in the very next game of TDM. While these shitheads were terrible at the game, they provided one piece of positive value to the lobby, and that was entertainment.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You pussy. Pussy. That's right. Yum, 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 I eat dick all day. Yum, 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 I eat dick. You wanna fight? You do it, dick, nigga? What a fucking homo.
Call it toxic, call it whatever you want. You gotta admit, deep down, these were some of the best times in video games, and it was because of people like this. Party chat wasn't even a thing, and I'm telling you right now, nobody is going to look back on Black Ops 4 or World War II or Infinite Warfare and say those were the best days of video games. Because during these games these days now, nobody is talking shit in the lobbies. And I'd be willing to bet that as toxic as you may regard these creatures nowadays, you may not have had such fond memories of game chat moments from 2010 if it wasn't for these kids going crazy talking shit on the other ends of those mics. Fast forward to 2019 and to say the least, things have changed. Call of Duty, while still a pretty casual game nowadays, is not the level of casual that it once used to be. Back in 2010, Call of Duty wasn't even close to being a player on the esports scene, and as a result, the games were just built differently. They lacked the competitive elements that they have today. Black Ops 2's implementation of League play turned Call of Duty into a game which competitive play could now be taken somewhat seriously on console at least, and from here on out, the competitive elements increased with every game, with the developers listening more and more to the esports player base and less to the casual community, until it all came crashing down and the developers were forced to do something. See, the ironic thing here is that as each title evolved with its own unique features geared toward competitive play, the skill gap widened. And so eventually, what had to be implemented in the new age of Call of Duty? That's right, noob-friendly mechanics like special abilities, combat rigs, requisitions, and overpowered equipment that are, by their very nature of existence, designed to give you, the player, and them, the bad players, very cheap and very easy kills. What is the outcome of all this? You know it. It's quite obvious. It's bad players killing good players who, under normal gunfight circumstance, would rarely lose in that 1v1 situation. To give the noobs that edge up on the good players every now and then, to make them feel good, to inject that shot of dopamine right into their brain as they watch that kill feed go across the screen. Now let's take my other favorite game besides Call of Duty, which is Fortnite, don't judge me, as another example. Fortnite, the biggest and most popular game in the world right now, which has changed the video game industry forever. A free-to-play game available on every single platform that you can imagine, is a game that is quite literally accessible by everybody. But do not let this fool you. Accessible by everybody does not equate to easy, and Fortnite is a game in which a massive skill gap does exist, and there are very little, if any, cheap kills to be had by noobs. This is evident in just about every single game of Fortnite that you play. A good Fortnite player can completely dominate any player that they may get into an engagement with. If you're one of those people out there that say everyone just builds when you shoot at them in Fortnite, then you're missing the focus of skill in the game. A good builder can survive just about any fight, while being a good shooter will only get you so far in this game. That means that you need to have multiple skill sets to succeed, and as a result of multiple skill sets needing to succeed in this game, a very high skill ceiling emerges. Now, of course, people always complain about the building in Fortnite, so what did Epic Games do? They added in new items. They added in items like dynamite and airplanes and new traps in order to try and de-emphasize building as best that they could. When those didn't work, Epic made the biggest change to the meta in Fortnite yet with the addition of siphoning. And for those of you who are out of the know, because I know that not everybody who watches this channel plays Fortnite, let me just quickly fill you in. Siphoning was an amazing addition to Fortnite in which every kill you got resulted in you being granted plus 50 health or plus 50 shield and plus 50 materials of each kind. This was an experiment that was had within the game, and generally speaking, the good players absolutely loved it, while the bad players absolutely hated it. See, healing items in Battle Royale games are a huge pain in the ass to use and manage, and with the addition of Siphon, it made it so that good players did not have to worry about finding healing items, and they could just go and get into their next fight as they pleased. Just about every single Fortnite player that I've ever talked to absolutely loved Siphon, but Epic Games eventually removed it from the game because of, you guessed it, noobs. In a statement they put out, Epic revealed that the addition of Siphon increased engagements from only the top 10% of players, while the bottom 90% of players disengaged with the game altogether as a result of growing frustrated with running into good players who had full health and full shield. That's right, these shitters, the noobs, had stated that the game had gotten just too intense to enjoy. No one ever told them to get good, huh? I mean, really, it's true. This was one of those things that caused an unheard of amount of aggression in Fortnite. If you missed this phase altogether, then just consider yourself lucky, because it was not often fun to go up against. However, as a not very good at Fortnite player and a not very good at Call of Duty player speaking here, I still was against the removal of siphoning, and I still am against the addition of specialists and cheap equipment and cheap kills, because it's simply catering to the lowest common denominator of players. And unfortunately, in today's video game climate, that's what has to be done. In the beginning of the video, I said that noobs are never going to go away, and that is the truth. That's just the truth, and developers are going to have to learn how to deal with them and how to appease them to keep them playing their game. So what is the point of all this? What is the point of this video? What can we take away from this? The removal of siphoning in Fortnite, along with the addition of specialists and abilities in Call of Duty, is a direct result of noobs and Timmy No Thumbs sucking ass at the game. Of course, every company wants as large of an active player base as possible, and so in these cases, measures had to be taken in order to protect the shitters so that they would not disengage with the games altogether. These are my two least favorite examples of this happening, and that's only because they happen to be with the two games that I play. My question to you is this: what other games are catering to noobs these days? Please drop a comment down below so I could find out about new games that are infected with noob saving mechanics, and as usual, we can have a discussion about this. Before I go, remember this: you out there viewing this video, I am a dude who watches and makes YouTube videos about video games, and you are either the same as me, maybe you're a creator yourself, or maybe you are just the viewer part of that. In either scenario, we make up probably less than 10% of the player base for a game like Call of Duty. Most COD players couldn't care less about what's going on YouTube. They don't even know that this corner of the Call of Duty community exists. They'd probably go and watch a video like this and be like, these people are weird, man. Keep these people away from me, right? And 10% is probably even a generous offer. It's probably even less than 10% of the community that we here on YouTube make up. I would think that most casual Call of Duty players are probably playing the game once a week or less even, and as a result, I'd bet that they certainly are fans of specialists and abilities to save their noob asses from dying on occasion. That is all for this video, dudes. I thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you watched it till the end, if you enjoyed it, remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome, amazing content like this. Follow me on Twitter, link is down below, and I will see you dudes in the next video. Love you, bye.